Good morning, everybody, or close to lunchtime. Today, I made those cream potatoes yesterday with the meatball. Well, Mother said she wanted potato soup, so I said, well, what if I use those cream potatoes and see if we can do it that way so we don't waste them. So that I told you we use everything we can because there's no sense in wasting it, and we'll see if it turns out. At least you've tried. If you get one meal out of it, it's more than what you would have. I'm gonna put onion in it and some. Obviously, as we go, I'll tell you. I wet my onion so that all these pieces of skin do not fly all over the place, so it just comes off a lot better if you wet that onion skin and then peel it off. You don't have that flying all over the place. Well, I waste a lot of onion, but I'm not going to sit there and clean it off. Sit there and just clean that off for a little onion. So I'm not going to do a whole onion. I'm just going to probably do, well, that's probably still too much, so let's just chop not a whole lot because we don't have a lot of potatoes, but if I was doing a soup or something, of course, we'd use the whole onion. So we'll just take that and we'll put that in our pot. What I'll do is turn that fire on, and I'll add a few tablespoons of oil. I usually try olive oil, and season my pot, get my pot just enough. Since it's not going to be a soup, I'm going to potato soup, a thick soup. This then we'll do it a little different. This is the rosemary I take out of the garden, and then I bring a pot of this in winter time, and then I put it back out, because if not, the winters are pretty cold and it'll die. So I always try to keep it on hand. Rosemary is really good. Smells good, It's really neat when it smells good. I got my Moron pestle, but I'm not going to use it today. I think I'm going to put some dill weed in this since it's a potato soup. We'll just sprinkle some dill weed in there. And we had garlic from yesterday, and we had that sauteed cream, and this is just kind of our base right here. Get that kind of going. I'm thinking I probably need just a hair more oil because I'm going to take these, I have that bacon in the freezer. See, when I make bacon, I take it and I put it in little packages so that when I get ready to cook, I can have the bacon flavor or the bacon grease I keep, in the cans. And then I just take out what I need of that bacon. Use my big knife. And it's still crunchy. You can hear it says crunchy. But if you find bacon on sale and you want to fry it in the oven on a pan you know, take your bacon and flour it and then just lay it a long ways or however you want to do it. A lot of times I just get my big pot, one of my big pots, and I just put the bacon in there, and I'll put this in for flavor. I'll just add that to our mixture. We'll get that together. What I was going to tell you though is I had these potato tots, and I buy them in the big bag and then I put them in smaller bags. So what I'm going to do to make this have a little texture, I'm going to take these and I've defrosted them. I'm just going to put those in my pan and fry them a little bit. Chop them up a little more. A little onion got down there. Okay. Now, kind of get those. I'll give you a little, so you're going to have that whole instant potato texture. You'll have a little bit of real potato texture since we used the fake instant potatoes. I want that to get off there, so that's just a, that's just a, you don't want it to burn. Turn your fire down. Now that's kind of fried pretty good there. Get that off the bottom of the pan. Let's deglaze that. We'll deglaze that pan with just hot water. Now we get all those flavors in there, the onions and all that. Probably put about a half cup to a cup of water. And we'll get that to boiling. I'm going to get my salt. This is the one I told you I was re-salting, but since I've had the cataract surgery, I can kind of see what I'm doing. I was putting so much salt in our food, Mother wouldn't tell me. She wouldn't say, oh, that's too salty. I didn't know it. I thought it tasted salty, but I guess when you got cataracts on your eyes, you can't taste or see. I don't know what was going on, but I put this one in the pantry and I got my little deal, but today I need a little more salt and I can see what I'm doing now. My friends said, well, can you see the drive? And I said, yeah, I can see the drive pretty well. I said, and it's a joke, I could see her, I wouldn't have gotten the cars. They said, I said, yeah, but after I have both of my eyes done with the cataracts in a week or two, I said, the police will say, oh, there goes Billy Jean. He must have got his eyes fixed because he's driving on the right side of the road. We just really laughed about it because they had gotten so bad, and I didn't know it. I think I've always had them. Okay, now then, remember our potatoes? Here we go. What we're going to do then, let me set this off just a second. Let me get that little piece of onion off the stove because I don't want it to burn. Now then, what I'm going to do Oh, I could do it in this. This will be fine. I'll just put hot water. I'll put hot water into my little bowl, and I'll just kind of mix this up. And we'll use these instant potatoes as a thickener, basically, and not waste them for the potato soup that we're going to attempt to make today. So I'll just mix that around, and that'll probably work out there. So we've got our, we'll try this. Once that hits that, let's just put that in there. And we'll mix that around there. And that'll thicken that up. It sure smells good. Plus we've got our little pieces of potato in there. If you wanted to, you could buy those at Walmart that are diced up little potatoes, and they would be just fine, just like I had incorporated potato tots. You'd have little square potatoes instead, but see, that's starting to, you want to get that really, I've got an emulsion blender, but I don't want it that chopped up like I would a pea soup or a borscht. I want this to have some, and those potatoes I'm seeing now, those, I've never done this, but the potato tots did make it more like a homemade potato soup. I want to get those cream potatoes all mixed in good and let it cook a little bit. Won't need to cook it long because it thickened up just about right, so it's not too thin and it's not too thick. What I might do though, to make sure, let me get my old-timey potato masher, and then I'm just going to mash that up just to make sure to get all that. Okay, let that cook just a minute. Get my messy cleaned up. You know, Billie Jean the messy. Okay, so there we have, that turned out really beautiful, y'all. Look. It's got your green in it, it's got your red in it. No, it's got rosemary and a little bit of dill, and that turned out a real nice potato soup. Now let me get a test spoon and we'll see. Let's see, remember, we gotta do this. Very good. It's very good. Might add a little more pepper. Let's add a little more pepper and of course salt. I think I added enough, but it's not exactly right there. Now that sour cream, you can taste that in there and it's good. If I make potato soup from now on, I may add about 2 tablespoons to 3 of soured cream. Now I had this little bit of bacon left over because I fill these packages to about 1 cup. And what I'll do is I'll chop that and I'll sprinkle that on top. I'll sprinkle that on top. So let me turn the soup off and let it continue to kind of cook. So we'll take our, I should have just chopped it all, but I wasn't thinking, y'all. Now that's the way you do your bacon. Is if you find it on sale, if you find your bacon on sale, then now Mother, I'm gonna make cornbread because I like cornbread. I eat cornbread and milk at night, and it's good for my stomach, and it keeps me away from all that byproducts and junk food. So I'm gonna make a pan of cornbread, and I guess if y'all want to watch, that's okay too, but like I said, I'm not gonna keep putting everything on one video. So today it'll be just our potato soup. Well, this video will just be our instant potato soup is what I'm going to call it, since we used our leftover instant potatoes from yesterday, and then we hacked it to make it good potato soup. We'll do it that way. And all right, here we go. We'll see. Okay, looky here. I had to let the cat back in today because of the stormy weather. Now, right here we go. See, now that's a good potato soup. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this. Wish you was here to eat with us, and we'll talk soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.